guys, it's Ahmer here. So today I have this amazing video game pickups video for you. And all of these items are some quality items. These are very expensive, at least several of these consoles and games that I have here. So make sure you guys stay tuned throughout the entire video as I have some amazing finds. So let's go ahead and check these out. So all of these items I actually scored local to me, whether it was at my favorite video game store in the mall, my favorite flea market that sells video games, or just some of those late night pickups on Facebook Marketplace. So I am just so shocked that I found all of these for just some amazing deals, as I had some extra money sitting aside from some video games that I had been flipping, where I found them just so cheap. And just to make a few extra dollars, I would trade them or sell them to some of my friends and just trade them back into those game stores that have helped me along the way. So a lot of these items I really didn't spend that much on, as I had tons of store credit, and some of these were scored for some amazing deals, more like steals. So we'll just go ahead and talk about all of these pretty amazing finds. Make sure you guys stay tuned throughout the entire video, because this is not only it. There are several other consoles and video games and just pretty awesome handheld systems. They're just all over hundreds of dollars. And make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification so that you don't miss any of these update videos that I do throughout the weeks, as I pretty much am posting all the time. I'm constantly hunting. I'm constantly finding deals, finding amazing things out there, just talking about things in my collection, and just finding some really amazing items. So make sure you guys stay tuned for more. So pretty much we'll talk about this deal right here. So this actually happened last night as of when I'm filming this, and I just couldn't believe it. I was sitting down on the couch watching some TV, catching up on some TV shows, and I just scroll on Facebook Marketplace. I see it said a Sega Saturn, so it wasn't even Sega Saturn. It was listed for $40. So all I saw in the picture was briefly the console with the controller. It said that it might be missing some cables, and then it had a light gun and a couple games. So we'll go ahead and talk about this massive Sega Saturn pickup. So right here, this was actually all included for $40. I drove about an hour to pick it up, and I just couldn't be any more excited. It had this fully functional Sega Saturn system, and it had one controller with it. It also had all of the different cords, the power, and this little TV adapter right here. So everything that you need just to hook up this system to go ahead and play. Then it also had this light gun. So this is one that I did not have in the collection. It looks like it actually works with PlayStation and with the Sega Saturn. So it has this double end right here. This is Nyko, and this is the Cobra light gun. So it has the speed options, the start button, normal set, auto reload, and this is just so cool. It has a special button, the trigger, and everything else on here. So I did not have this variant. I just have those ones that kind of look like the arcade machines. So this was definitely a great find for $40, and we're not done. So it came in this box right here. So I did not have a console box, and this is just so cool. It says the ultimate gaming system. It says video game sampler enclosed, and nights it includes this game CD. So it has this really cool sticker variant on it. The box is a little bit beat up, but it also came with some items on the inside. So I thought these were really cool, as it has a lot of these different papers included. So here it comes with this little light gun for the PlayStation and Saturn, which I also believe I have this version as well. And then we have the Sega Saturn instruction manual. Came with this Mad Catz phaser instruction sheet, which I also picked up this gun recently. This registration card. It even came with some Sega Saturn stickers. So that is just a bonus right there. It came with some more instructions and things like that. And then it even came with this really cool little pamphlet. It says, "Are there no limits?" And then of course it has all of these amazing games only on the Sega Saturn. So this is just so cool. Some of these Fighting Vipers, Virtual On, Virtual Fighter Kids. We even have the Virtua Cop 2 and Bug 2. So these are just some pretty amazing and fun games. So I just was so shocked that it came with all of this stuff right here. So I definitely scored it for an amazing deal. And once again, we are still not done. There are still way more games included. So on to some of the games that I actually saw. So 3 of these I actually picked up in this bundle. The other 2 I actually traded in and had some store credit. So of course with the light gun, we have this Virtua Cop 2 game. So this is pretty amazing. It says last time was merely a training exercise. And it just has all of this cool stuff. I actually have the full arcade machine for Virtua Cop 2. I have so much fun playing that. So this is definitely pretty cool as well to have this on the Sega Saturn. And then this Die Hard trilogy. So I believe I have the Die Hard arcade, which is the more expensive game. But this is 3 games in one. What else could you ask for? It says you're at the center of 3 totally different, thrill-packed adventures. Every adventure you choose delivers amazing depth, palm-sweating realism, and fully rendered detail over 45 incredible levels. So this is just so cool. Everything is included. These are all complete games. So this is just so amazing. Some great finds right here. And Nights into Dreams. So I have the sampler disc, but I didn't have it in this big jewel case. And this is the not for resale version, as it has this little sticker on it. So that's why this one was bundled with this box. So I definitely have to keep this one. So this is just so awesome. Such a fun and great game. I have this really cool controller that it shows, this 3D control pad. I already have one of those in the collection. So this is so great, and I'm just so excited to kind of relive some of my childhood memories while playing some of these games. And then 2 more Sega Saturn games that I traded in and had that store credit. So I picked up both of these Panzer Dragoon games. Of course it's not Saga, which is so expensive. I have 1 and 2. So these are just such great games. This one is so amazing, and then 2 just knocks it out of the park. So this is so cool. It says you take a dragon to flight school. He takes you to battle school. So these are just some amazing pickups that I found. I just couldn't believe that I scored all of the Sega Saturn stuff minus these 2 games for only $40. It's just beyond crazy to me that I just scored some pretty amazing deals. So next up, you'll see that we actually have this Neo Geo CD system. So of course the Neo Geo is so expensive. So are some of these CD games, but it's a little bit less expensive in my opinion. So this right here was actually at my game store. They had just gotten it traded in. I had some more trading credit with these 2 games as well. I was able to talk them into selling the system that they just had up on display, and they were trying to hold on to it for a little bit longer. So here we have this Neo Geo CD system. This is actually really cool. It's so cool looking and just a great system. So many fun games on the Neo Geo, and it actually came bundled with 2 of these controllers. Now it didn't actually come with any games, as they didn't have any games in the store, but I did stop at another game store and I picked up the Samurai Showdown. This is number 3. So this is a pretty neat fighting style game. I briefly played it. It's a lot harder than I expected, or at least the quick playthrough that I did. So this is so cool. I have 1 game for the Neo Geo CD. Surprisingly, I have way more Neo Geo games in my collection. So now I'm gonna have to go ahead and make a list of games that I want to play, try and get some of the other Samurai Showdown games. If you have any more inexpensive games that you highly recommend, go ahead and drop them in the comments below, as I am definitely on the hunt now for some of these Neo Geo CD games, as this is just such a cool system and one that I have been meaning to try out for quite some time, and I just never thought I'd find it, and I never thought I'd find it local. So that is just amazing, and I didn't have to pay anything as I had it in the in-store credit. So these usually go for over like $250 with the extra controllers. These go for like $100 and some dollars. With the box, you're talking a few hundred. All of these games, a couple $100 right here on the top. And then these are just 50 on up. It's just so crazy that I just scored all of these for amazing deals. I'm just gonna keep harping on that. So next up we have another amazing system. So this system right here is one that I didn't think I'd have unless I found it for such an amazing deal. I really didn't think that I'd be able to find this local, and I never thought I'd see one ever again. So right here we have this Sega Genesis CDX. So this is such a cool system. This one right here is just this little like portable CD player. You could put headphones in it, listen to your CDs, tells you what track number on the front here. You have this little cartridge slot for your Sega Genesis games. You have the CD slot so you could go ahead and play those Sega CD games. This is just so cool. It's all jam-packed in one. Usually these things have a ton of issues, but so far playing it, I haven't noticed any issues at all. I actually found this at one of my video game stores that I frequent in the mall, and they had it for such a great deal, as it has went up a few $100s, but they didn't go ahead and mark up the price. So this is just so awesome. They said that they just usually have them sitting there for quite some time, so they were more than willing to help me out as well. So this is just so cool to add, and now it's all of that convenience in one when you want to play certain games. Then of course it came with that big power brick, which usually goes for a lot of money if you try and find replacements. Then of course the little plug that just plugs right into the TV, just hooks it all up. And then it even came with a Sega Genesis little controller. So this is just so awesome as well. I just couldn't believe that I found 3 of these systems for just some amazing deals. This is just beyond crazy. I already do have a Sega Saturn, so I'll have to go ahead and trade this one in and hopefully get some more goodies with it. So this is just so beyond crazy that I've hit 2 big ones off the list. These go for well over $300-400, even more sometimes. It's just beyond crazy. And then on to a couple more games. So this one I also got with some trade-in credit. This one right here is one of those like third-party style games. So this is an NES cartridge, but it's not your typical gray. It has like this blue-green style color to it. Usually when I see these, they're so yellowed out. They're just so dirty looking. So I saw this one and it was in fairly decent shape. So this is Robo Demons. So this one looks like one of those run and gun style, shoot 'em style games. So it actually looks pretty fun. And it's just one that I usually don't see very often. So when I did see it, I had to pick it up, especially since it was pretty clean. So I thought this was pretty neat as well. And then on to this Super Nintendo game that surprisingly I could not find for the longest time with a very clean label. This is Zombies Ate My Neighbors. It's one of my favorite games to play. I have it complete in the box on the Sega Genesis. So this is really cool to have it now on both platforms and to just try it out on the Super Nintendo, as I really enjoy it anytime that I play on the Sega Genesis. And then this right here was actually a gift to me from a buddy of mine. I actually sold him some of my extra video game consoles for a pretty great deal, and he just wanted to donate this to the channel. So this right here is a Target exclusive Game Boy Advance system. So it's this beautiful red color. It's just so amazing. This is just really awesome. I am so thankful, as this is an authentic handheld system, a pretty cool variant that I looked up the price. It goes for over $100, so I just couldn't believe he was just so generous and just really wanted me to have this, as I have a pretty extensive handheld collection as well, and he just really wanted to add this one to the little museum that I have. So I just wanted to give him a shout out, and I'll go ahead and put some of his links below so that you can check out his Facebook page, where he does some pretty awesome live streams, and he's just a really great guy. So I just wanted to go ahead and give him a little shout out and just really thank him for doing this, as he did not have to give me this, but I am so appreciative. This thing is just so awesome. So I am just so excited. This beautiful red color is just so amazing. So on to a couple thrift store finds. anytime that I find sealed items, I usually like to add them to the collection, especially if they're only a few dollars. So this one was priced at $4.94. This is a Logitech F310 gamepad. So this is very similar style to the Xbox right here with these buttons on here. So this is looks like a wired gamepad, and it says exclusive 4-switch D-pad and extensive game support, direct input switch. So I figured I would just hold on to this, see if I found one that was loose. But for just a few dollars to buy a sealed controller, I figured it would definitely be worth it, especially if I ever need to use this for something. And then onto this RFU adapter for the original PlayStation. This was actually a few dollars at the thrift store as well, and it's completely sealed in this blister case. Definitely some cool items here, and ones that you just definitely don't see every day, especially brand new and sealed at the thrift store. In pretty decent shape. On to a couple Nintendo Wii finds as well. So this was also found at the thrift store. We have this really cool, it's kind of creepy looking though. This actually has this little wire on the back with this little connector. So this is for your Nintendo Wii. So this is one of those pretty cool controller holders. So it looks like right here within his arms, you actually put 2 of the controllers, and it charges with these little metal pieces that stick out. So here we have this pretty cool wrestling charger controller cable thing. So this is just really awesome. It's definitely a cool shelf piece as it holds the controllers. I've seen several other ones. I even have a couple others in the collection, but this one, I figured I'd just add it as it was kind of creepy. It's kind of cool. He's actually one of my favorite wrestlers from back in the day, and it even says The Undertaker, and it has the logo right there. So this just plugs right into the back of the system, and then it has an extra port so that you could go ahead and plug in another cable as well. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1. So this is actually really cool to add to the collection, as it's something that I haven't seen, and I just figured it would look pretty cool. And then these controllers, I actually see these Guitar Hero controllers all the time. I've added one for the PS2, I've added a few for the Xbox 360, and I have a couple for the Wii. So this one is another Wii one. It has this little adapter part in here that connects the controller in here. We have some buttons and everything on here. Looked like it was in pretty decent shape, and it was just a few dollars, and it was half off. It says Gibson at the top. So this is actually really cool for all of those Guitar Hero and World Tour and Rock Band style games. So I figured I would add this one to the collection as it was cheap enough and one that I needed. And then on to this guy right here. So I saw this one at the thrift store as well. This guy is a little bit beat up, but I think it was marked for only like $2 and some change. And he was like half off. So I figured for just $1 and some, I had to pick him up. So this is just really cool. I have found some of those older vintage style plastic, huge turtles as well. And so far I found this stuffed animal. So I remember having these back in the day. I remember having a couple different ones in the collection just growing up, and I don't know whatever happened to them. I'm sure that I probably sold them at a yard sale or something. So this one was actually really cool. He looks like he's a little bit worn, but definitely still gets that same vintage feel. And anytime I see anything vintage turtles, I usually have to pick it up and then add it to my little gaming area and action figure room upstairs. So this is just so cool, and now I'll just have to find some of the other turtles to go ahead and complete this set. But if I can find them all for just $1 or so each, I'll definitely pick all of them up. So this was just a crazy pickup slot. I wanted to share it with you guys. I just can't believe I scored all of these amazing items here. So like I mentioned before, these pickups are just so crazy. I can't believe that I found all of these local, and I didn't have to pay very much for any of these items here, which is just beyond insane, as a lot of these items are well over $100 or $200. So this is just entirely crazy. And I just wanted to let you guys know that there still are deals out there. There's still always something being posted. You just have to be in the right place at the right time, kind of catch these things before someone else does. So I am just so excited to really try out and play some of these systems, as I have wanted these for quite some time. Some of these amazing Saturn games were just so awesome. I remember playing some of them when I was younger, and I haven't really played many of these since I've been older, so I just really can't wait to dive in some of these other games and everything else on these amazing systems. The Geo CD, it's one that you definitely don't see out there very often, and to find it for such a great deal, local to me as well, and to find all of these other cool items at the thrift stores is just so crazy. Definitely keep on hunting out there and just keep looking, as you don't have to spend very much to grow your collection. You can just find little things here and there at the thrift store, trade them into your game stores, and just trade them and sell them to buddies, and you can get some amazing things. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Which item here was one of your favorites? Have you seen these Sega Genesis CDXs out in the wild before? What about a Geo CD? Do you have any great recommendations for some less expensive games on the Geo CD? Which one should I be out there looking for? Which one should I maybe order online just to play? And let me know what you think about this $40 Sega Saturn pickup. It's just so crazy to me that this was found just within an hour of me, and that amazing gift that my buddy gave me. So make sure you check out the comments below, as I'll link some of the game stores that I picked up, some of these awesome systems at, and the flea markets and everything else at my buddy's channel. Make sure you go ahead and check the comments below and the description below for all of that. So of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out my other videos, and stay tuned for more.